apprenticeship initiatives. So with that, let me start the session. So ideally, India is nearly about 1.4 billion, and we are really large in population. And on the other end, if you look at the employability, there is a lot of imbalance in our employability as far as our country is concerned. Why? Because there are two things. I'm going to make the session very simple. I'm not going to get it complicated. It's going to be easy for all the job seekers. It's also going to be an added knowledge for candidates who would like to venture into self-employability also. Pay attention to this session. It's going to be a very short session. So pay an interest. This is going to be a very interesting knowledge for you people. So before getting into the subject, let me introduce myself in a very, very short way. So my name is Venkat and I am from Tamil Nadu. I happen to be a television actor in Tamil Nadu. But by DNA, we have been into skill development. We have been into institutional training. We have implemented more than 42 different state initiatives and central initiatives. And very passionately, I have ventured into this apprenticeship initiative for the past 2 years, and I'm seeing a totally dynamic and radical change in the workforce ecosystem, so which I would like to share with you people. So to start with, let's understand what an apprentice is. Apprentice is nothing but an on-job training. So if you look at the fast-paced industry today, everybody requires only the experienced candidate. They would like to only deploy an experienced candidate. But most of our freshers don't fall into this column, and most of them don't get an opportunity to pursue their employability. So therefore, government has understood and realized there are two kinds of economy in our country. One is formal economy, one is non-formal economy. What is a formal economy? People who study the mainstream of education, get into formal organization and try to monetize very formally. This is a formal economy. Non-formal economy is nothing but people who make a lot of self-employable skills. There are unregistered establishments, unregistered salaries, etc., etc. Those are large in numbers in India. So putting an end to all these things and also to streamline this particular ecosystem, our nation has taken a very, very beautiful path in the apprenticeship. Apprenticeship is nothing but it has existed from 1961, right from your World War. It was initially built in a format where the wounded soldiers will have a job opportunity in every industry. So thereby, that's the birth of the whole apprenticeship act itself. So it's our country states any establishment with more than employability of more than 30 candidates. Let's assume any company you see, if they have 30 candidates under ESIPF, they are eligible to perform the apprenticeship initiative. Point number one. Point number two is that this particular company, which is functioning within more than 30 candidates, it is mandatory for them to get into apprenticeship scheme. So any establishment which is having more than 30 headcount with the UAM registration should be under the exercise of apprenticeship. And the government states that 2.5% from their existing workforce can be deployed as an apprentice, as an on-job training. That let's assume a company, an organization with 100 candidates with UAM registration, which means 2.5%, that is either 2 or 3 candidates should be deployed as an apprentice as per the Government of India mandate. And the government provides an opportunity for the establishment to deploy even apprentice until and up to 15%. So they can hire even 15 candidates as an apprentice. So now I'm going to brief you about the benefits, the quick benefits that an establishment will enjoy. So point number one.
Mr. Venkat, sorry to interrupt. So just wanted to clarify one small thing. So we'll keep receiving questions from the audience every now and then, right? So you can let me know whenever you want to take a pause so that we can address these questions.
Yeah. I'm going to be
Yeah,
like
sure.
another 10 minutes. We'll open it for a question session.
Sure,
Let's get
sure,
it
sure,
interact.
sure. Yeah, yeah.
So, if a company is going to get into apprenticeship initiative, the first benefit they will be enjoying is they can deploy a candidate as an apprentice for a period of 12 months of time, okay, for which the company will not attract any ESI or PF, which means the candidate will be a freshman, will be an apprentice who will not have any ESI PF deduction. He or she will get a stipend directly from the company. So that is the first benefit. So second, by this, the company saves 29%. And the second point is that the let's this see there are two initiatives in apprentice. One is called National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme, which comes under the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. On the other hand, we have National Apprenticeship Training Scheme, which comes under the flagship of Ministry of Higher Education. So now we are going to speak about only NAPS in the beginning. So NAPS is nothing but National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme, which states that if any candidate who gets stipend, for to whom the particular establishment should provide a stipend of 6,000 rupees, that's the minimum. It can be anywhere higher. There is no upper limit, for which the government of India directly provides 1,500 rupees to the candidate. Which means, let's assume a candidate gets a stipend of 10,000 rupees. So 10,000 rupees minus 1,500 rupees, which is 8,500, is what the establishment has to pay the beneficiary. And the government of India will pay 1,500 rupees directly to the candidate as a direct beneficiary transfer. So this is the second benefit. So first benefit is the company gets to do a cost cut of 29%. Second benefit is that the company gets to the beneficiaries get to monetize 1,500 rupees from their stipend from the government of India. So that is the second benefit. The third benefit is that if the company has a CSR obligation, okay, corporate social responsibility obligation, they can program this particular initiative as a CSR spend. And from the these are all benefits from the employer's purview. But as far as the candidate is concerned, there is a two beautiful benefit. One is for all school dropouts, college dropouts, and all the candidates who have discontinued studies, etc., without educational qualification. When you get deployed as a fresher in a company as an apprentice, you get to enjoy the certification, a recognized certification from the government of India, which is on the scale of National Skill Qualification Framework. As far as the national education policy is concerned, the NSQF is going to be a big framework in coming years. So the futuristic India will only accommodate people either with the mainstream of education, or these kind of short-term courses or apprenticeship certification will be recognized for employability. So which means the next generation, all the candidates who are without any certification, don't panic, don't worry, don't think you have missed the bus or anything as such. So this is one beautiful opportunity for you to get deployed in different kind of sectors and perform this and attain this particular certification. So that, see, today candidates can any fresher, after a point of time, he or she can become a self-employable entrepreneurs. So when you become a self-employable entrepreneurs, you require a kind of educational qualification to qualify yourself for loans. For loans that is being provided by the different banking association, big banking companies. So futuristically, if you have missed out on all these areas, don't worry, you have the National Apprenticeship Promotional Scheme to guide you. And the educational qualification for this particular scheme, either you can be right from 5th pass to a graduate. Can from 5th pass to graduate, you are eligible to be an apprentice. So this is as far as the NAPS is concerned, National Apprenticeship Promotional Scheme. Now a National Apprenticeship Training Scheme is for technically qualified candidates. It's coming under the purview of Ministry of Technical Education. That means it's a very simple concept. If you are a degree holder or a diploma holder, you can get deployed as an apprentice. your company can deploy a graduate or a diploma holder as well, for which the government is giving you the same three benefits. One is no ESI PF, which means you have a direct payment without any deduction as a stipend. Point number one. Point number two, that if the government states that you should be providing a minimum stipend of 9,000 rupees. If you are a graduate, if you are going to pay a minimum stipend of 9,000 rupees, Government of India will pay 4,500 rupees directly to the candidate, which means the company should pay only 4,500 rupees through a DBT, direct beneficiary transfer. The candidate will gain 4,500 rupees from the Government of India. So that is the second point. And third point is he or she will get a certification from the Ministry of Education. So through the Board of Apprenticeship and Training. See, apprenticeship, this is all the government guidelines is what I've been talking so far. But on a realistic scale, let me tell you something. See, previously on all these skill developments, we take a candidate, we put him on a theoretical study, we put him on practical study, then we put him on a on-job training study, and then we do a placement criteria. So problem is not that many candidates will have this theoretical knowledge. You have to understand this. There are candidates who are theoretically strong. There are candidates who are practically very strong. So if you have missed out all your opportunities on theoretical subjects, don't feel inferior, don't feel low, because today you have to understand practical application is one of the essential understanding for a human being. And there are a lot of avenues today in the world with this fast-paced civilization that we are looking at today. I have to tell you, my dear friends, that even if you are not educated, if you have a practical application, you can still catch up with 101 things. Now, why I am telling you all these things is that if I am able to narrate 2 government initiatives to you with my educational qualification as only 10th pass, so that is my qualification. I'll tell you this. So please spread this word around to all your kith and kin. Especially spread this word around to people who are having companies, who are having MSME units, who are having bigger job areas, captive employable companies. If you are networked to all those people, please spread this word around to all of them, so that those companies can do a cost cutting, so that they can provide more job opportunities to the freshers. That's the whole idea. Yeah. So this is on one area. And the second area, for the human resource intelligence, I want to give you a light on this. See, by deploying somebody as an apprentice, exit policies are simpler. Point number 1. Point number 2, no compliances. Point number 3, this is a great opportunity for you to retain your beneficiaries. That is, today attrition is the biggest problem in every industry. You go anywhere, there's one thing they tell you. People get deployed, people leave the place in 2 or 3 months, and there is a huge rate of attrition. So for those kind of companies, if you are going to provide these kind of job opportunities to the unemployed youth and employed youth and to our nation, you can actually try to control your attrition, which will contribute a bigger progressive results in your establishments, in your companies. So these are the major highlights of these 2 initiatives. If I have to speak about this for an hour or 2 or something like that, it will get extremely technical. I don't want to do that. So I want to give you a very, very, very very brief talk on this, and an informal talk on this. So if anybody has any interesting doubts, you can shoot it down and get this whole session interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, I think we have one question from Hardik. Hardik, why don't you unmute yourself? Ask the question. Hardik, you can ask the question. Okay. In the meantime, we can take the question from Aman. Aman, do you have something that you want to ask? You can unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
सर अप्रेंटिसशिप प्रोग्राम में रजिस्टर कैसे कर सकते हैं?
Okay.
So, yeah, if you need a translation, Mrs. Venkat, I can help you with that. But he's asking basically how he can register for it. Yeah.
So it's a very simple thing. All you have to do is go to Skill India, okay, or you go to National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme, www.national apprenticeship promotional scheme. Automatically you land on a portal. That portal will ask you which are the sectors that you want to get deployed, and it will also tell you which are the companies who are being empaneled into that particular area. You can choose the sectors that you want to and engage yourself. But Hardik, I'll tell you one thing. If you decide and if you register being an apprentice, if you get into an industry, you cannot re-register, which means if you choose a particular industry and if you register and if you get into it, suppose 3 months you don't like it, if you terminate yourself and you come out, you cannot go reapply on apprenticeship on different area. So make sure when you select your sectors, you are very clearly you select the sector that you are willing to do an on-job training. See, this is an opportunity for you guys to experiment. Okay, experiment on industries that you are willing to do. Yeah. Have I answered your question?
Aman,
Yes, sir.
any? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hardik, if you have any other question, I think you're still raising your hand. So anything else that you want to ask? Okay. Anyone else who has any other question, they can unmute themselves and ask the question. आप unmute करके question पूछ सकते हैं. जिसने hand raise.
Actually, thank you for the information, sir. But actually, I was searching for any apprentice. Is there any vacancies to join right now? Except
What is the sector that you're looking at?
from the websites.
Hello? I'm not able to hear you.
Can
You're
you
not clear.
pardon once more? Yeah. I think there's an issue with your internet. Can you repeat once more, or you can? Yeah.
Anything?
No, anything is no problem. I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Anything is no problem.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. It shouldn't be that way. It should be the either way.
Could I ask one question? My name is Anurag Gupta.
Yeah,
Please.
Anurag, we'll take your question in 1 minute. Let's just address the previous question first. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Very simple. Log on to the portal. The portal will give you a registration, field where you can go there. You can select the field that you want to, or directly select the industry that you want to get deployed. Okay. You can select there's lot of, see, your Ola, your Coffee Day, your Starbucks, your main BPOs, fintechs, banking and finance. You name the trade, it's inside. I'll tell you this. Thanks for putting this to me. See, normally for these kind of courses, there is only designated trade. Government has certain trades. Only those trades you can engage. But as far as these initiatives are concerned, national apprenticeship initiatives are concerned, it is an optional trade, which means, let us say, beautician is a designated government trade. Nail art, slimming, all those things are optional trade. That which means any trade is empaneled into this. So from which state are you from?
I'm from Telangana, sir.
Telangana. So Telangana, there are a lot of options. You go to the site, you open the site. There are a lot of fields where you can directly register. In fact, people will welcome you because there is a lot of opportunity for apprenticeship. A lot of candidates don't know this avenue. So you can directly in Telangana, you can select the registration area, go to Telangana. You will see the list of companies that is there. You can choose which area you want to go in and register it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, I think Anurag, you can go ahead with the question next. You wanted to ask something. Aman, we'll come back to you after.
I have only 3 questions. I have 80 students who did their PMKVY. Okay. And they have tried for their jobs. good. They tried for their business, good. Once they reach to the bank always refuse to get them loan. Why?
Sir, I won't be able to answer that question to you because this particular whole session is on apprenticeship initiative, not on skill loans. You're talking about skill loan. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are not talking about skill loans. We are talking about apprenticeship initiative. That is any unemployed.
I just want to ask one thing only. Whatsoever you have the certification or whatsoever you have an apprenticeship, once we go to the bank, they always refuse these things. Why?
It's a very subjective question. Very subjective question. I won't be able to answer you on this because see, have they not been giving loans because you have a certification? That's the question.
Yeah.
You are telling me they are having a certification, so the loan is not being provided. Is it that is it that way or the other way? See, educational loan.
This is the exact way, and the whole project report has been deposited to the bank also.
Okay.
That's but ultimately there is not from one bank. I'm talking about so many banks.
Okay, so I have no knowledge on that. I won't be able to. I don't want to give you a wrong. What do you say? Information.
See
So
what
I
I'm
will.
telling you. What I'm telling you exactly.
I got it.
In
I got it.
in Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, there
Can I?
was very good. There were very good students were there. They want to start their own business, but ultimately, bank refuses the loan.
Mr.
Why?
Anurag, so just interrupting you here. So we are actually not discussing this issue. So won't be the right place to ask this question. So we are primarily trying to help candidates here who want to,
You are unemployed.
from here. Yeah, correct. So we won't be able to help you with this. Probably there'll be a different forum which can address this question. You're not the right person to address.
I can understand, but my question is only one thing.
Sir, I'll give you.
That was also government program. This is also government program. At last, we have to reach to the bank. In this also, we have to reach to the bank. What exactly
Mr.
will
Anurag,
be
again,
happen?
this is not the forum to ask this. So we'll keep this question on hold. And if there's anyone else who wants to ask a question regarding
You are
the
unable.
opportunities, we can go ahead. Yeah,
You are unable to answer my question.
No, sir.
correct.
This whole forum is not about bank loans. This forum is for National Apprenticeship Initiative. But anyway, I will give you one remedy for this. See, this is a personal, what do you say, knowledge sharing I'll do. Any candidates who have finished short-term courses on government initiatives, kindly direct them towards District Industry Center, DIC. Which state you're from? I don't know. You just go to the District Industry Center under MSME, try to get a self-employable loan to these candidates. Yeah, this is a friendly thing, advice.
I will show you the MSME certificate also. Okay. I will share you the same also. But still loan not granted.
I understand, but Mr. Anurag, we'll not be addressing this question here. It's not the right forum. So we'll move on from here. Mr. Venkat, we can continue with the other questions. Yeah.
Okay, so if anybody has any interesting question, you can.
Yeah, I think Neetu has a question. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. My name is Neetu. I have
Okay.
a question. What are the other benefits in this scheme?
To an employer or to apprentice?
Sir, for the employer.
Employer. What more do you need? Point number one, no ESI PF. Point number two, there is a cashback of 1,500 rupees from the government of India. If it is on NATS, there's a cashback of 4,000 rupees, or if he or she is a diploma holder, 4,000 rupees. and if they have a CSR obligation, CSR as a CSR spent itself, they can perform this particular initiative. So these are the major benefits that establishment can enjoy. Like I told you, they can cut down on attrition, and they can pay more attention. They can pay more value on mentoring the freshers. Ms. Neetu, have I answered your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I think we have a few more questions as well on the chat.
Okay.
So Suvalakshmi has asked that, is this a paid course or is it a free one?
No. This is a totally free course. This is a totally free course. Candidates can register, or candidates can directly scout for. You can go to the portal and you can scout for any your favorite industries is going to be there. They're going to be there. You can connect to them. You can directly go there. There is no. It is not chargeable at all. If it is chargeable, then it is a national offense.
Right. And Arun has asked, like, is this an offline apprenticeship or is there an online version available for this as well? Like, can they do it work from home?
See, that depends on the industry and the sector, no? See, work at home itself can be also an apprentice thing for, let's say, voice calling or your data entry, etc., etc. It depends on the sector. But having, let me answer your question this way: apprenticeship will not be engaged in night shifts as per the guidelines. So, if you are getting deployed as an apprentice, you will not be doing the night shift.
Okay. Right. And Neetu has also asked, like, as a fresher, what all things can we learn here?
See, as a fresher, it depends on what the industry has to offer you. Okay, like I told you, you will be trained on on-job training skills of that particular sector, the sector that you wish for. So you get to have an hands-on training. Rather, I'll put it this way. Okay, I'll rather put it this way. See, you get to do a role of an employee itself. Okay, so you just log on to that place from 9 to 5 or whatever the timing is. You function as an employee itself. Okay, and also you get a direct monthly stipend. See, in single word, if I have to put it to you, it's an earn and learn program where you learn and also make a monthly earning. Yeah.
Another question is, is this a full-time or a part-time opportunity?
There is nothing as part-time opportunity. This is a full-time opportunity. So it can be utilized as a full-time opportunity. All your stipends, all your attendance, everything has a timing. It will be logged into the portal, etc., etc. So you have to consider this as a full-time training.
Okay. There's a couple of other questions that I wanted to ask for the sake of the audience here, right? So one would be, like, if we get these apprentices, right, can we add this in the CVs as an experience, and what is the best way to present this?
Definitely, you can add this as an experience in all your profiles, and also you can furnish the certification, especially to candidates who want to migrate to some other country for a job. Okay, this can be of a handy use. This eligibility criteria will definitely have an impact in your experience.
Okay. And like, does this experience as an apprentice, how does this get converted into like a full-time role, like a full-time employment thing?
Okay, ideally, if the company, there are two ways of doing this apprentice. If the company has booked in section 21, that means post the apprenticeship, they should be giving you a placement, promised placement. Okay, if it is section 22, if they have registered in section 22, that means they can hire you as an apprentice, and they can terminate you or not even give you a permanency. See, you have to consider this as two things. One is an experience, point number one. Point number two is, this is a path for you to perform and get yourself to a permanency level. Yeah,
Correct.
that's the attitude towards.
Understood. And is there a way to identify these companies who have filed? So is there any marker there while applying? Can we check that?
Definitely. All you guys have Google. All you guys have a great accessibility to chat GPT. Okay. So which is a blessing for you people. So which means you can just log in to say, let's say Telangana, I want to get into apprenticeship. Which are the industries right now hiring apprentice? That's going to give you a great data. You're going to directly connect to the company. The company is going to welcome you to be an apprentice. Yeah, because throughout India, there is a huge issue of getting, what do you say, manpower solutions.
Got it. Yeah, I think we have a few more questions from the audience. I think Abhishek wants to ask something. Can you unmute yourself and go ahead with your question? Abhishek, you raised your hand, right? Any question that you want to ask? Okay, I think Aman has also been waiting for a chance to ask a question. Aman, can you go ahead, unmute yourself?
Sir, is it available for digital marketing?
For
डिजिटल मार्केटिंग फील्ड के लिए ये अवेलेबल है या नहीं?
digital marketing, it should be available, but I don't know which company would have empaneled. Digital marketing is also a optional trade. It is also what do you say, considered as a thing, which I totally say okay, but I don't know whether any company has empaneled into that. See, if let's assume I'm into automobiles. So let's say I am a TVS. So if I've empaneled to the apprenticeship forum, then I can provide you apprentice, right? So likewise, I want to know if any digital company has empaneled into this, which you can see it in the portal.
Correct. There's also another question from Neetu. Like, usually, how much time does it take to get a job after doing an apprenticeship? Neetu, if I'm not wrong, that is what you're asking, right? You can
Is
unmute
that-
yourself. Yeah.
Okay, it's a very subjective question. Go ahead, Ms. Neetu.
Yes, sir. This is my question, sir.
Very simple. See, this apprenticeship space is basically a space that is provided to you by the government of India to positively impress the organization that you are basically getting deployed in. So the permanency of your job lies with the industry. The decision making of your job permanency is with the industry. So 12 months of the time of the apprentice, post the apprentice, if you perform well, then probably the industry is going to deploy you as an employee.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
There's also another question. Like, is there a direct joining or is there an interview process for this, like for an apprenticeship?
Yeah, see, this is once you get register yourself and you put everything into the portal, that particular industry will call you. The industry will call you. Every industry will have a style of interview. There are companies which will have a traditional interview. There are companies which will have a virtual interview. There are companies that will do a spot interview. So everybody has a different methodology, right?
Correct. Yeah, I think this is another question that we've addressed, but still taking the question. So it's basically again the chance of what is the chance of getting a permanent employment in a company after apprenticeship. So this is again depending on the company, right?
Depending on a company and also depending on the beneficiary's performance.
Correct. Okay.
It's a very
Anything?
simple science. It's a very simple science. If you are a performing employee or if you're a performing talent, then you are the asset to the company. Once you are the asset to the company, they would like to retain you. That's the whole science.
Any other question? Abhishek, do you want to ask a question now? I see you're still.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, I have one question, sir. I have done MZD course, motion graphic designing, sir. but I have no idea where and how can I apply any job.
Graphic designing. So I won't be able to counsel you on this because I have no idea about your educational qualification, the graphics designing you're talking, this particular thing that you're talking about. Probably you should scout in the area where there is gaming, etc., right?
Yes, motion graphic design and visual effects, sir.
Then you should scout. But the company who are doing, see, VFX, they are actually empanel body, they're doing it. We are doing the scheme for them basically in Tamil Nadu. But I don't know about your state. Who are the people who are empaneled in your state, for which you have to go to the portal and you have to find out.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Any other question, guys? Also, just to address this question, right? So, in case you are looking for certain specific profiles, right, you can definitely check those out on our platform as well. See if you have any relevant opportunities, like which fit your education profile, which fit the course that you're doing. In case you're not able to find an internship there, you may also try out on the platform and see if this is a good fit.
100%. This is something we require actually. This is something that I should have asked you. Thank God you told me this. We are in a very huge requirement of freshers. So we will ensure that we will register in your Apna forum and we will try to mobilize candidates as much as we can. We want somebody to connect to us and talk to us about how this basically works. If you can help us in that, that will be a great help for us.
Sure, definitely. I mean, I'll definitely pass this along to the concerned team so that we can set up a call. I mean, this seems like something that both our users will benefit hugely from, because we have a large number of people who are actively looking for jobs and opportunities. So I think it will be a great help for everyone on the platform as well.
3 things. One is you're doing something for the country. You're doing something for your forum. You're doing something for the candidates.
Correct. Yeah.
So definitely we would love to get associated to Apna forum. Please let us know.
Sure.
Mr. Venkatesh, if you have some time, then after this we call.
Sure, sir. Surely.
Could you connect to me?
100%, sir. I'll call you. Not to worry. I'll just take your number. Just try to send me your number. I'll surely call you.
Yeah, sure.
You can add it on the chat, Mr. Anurag. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you put your number in the chat? So that.
No, my number is not there in chat.
Okay.
No, you can add it here so that we can take it from there.
Okay, definitely.
Sure. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think there's something related to an interview on Bangalore. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, sir, but Jag Devi has asked that there's an interview in Bangalore for NATS. Is this something that you can comment on?
Bangalore taken an interview from that. See, what I'll tell you another important aspect. Okay. See, there are on and often job fairs being regulated by the Board of Apprenticeship Training, BOAT. Okay, please make a note of this. BOAT, Board of Apprenticeship and Training, okay, is regularly creating job fairs everywhere in all the states. So I am very sure in Bangalore also, you can just reach out to this particular portal and find out where are the job fairs happening, and you can kindly go and connect there. Anything else?
Yeah, he says thank you. Yeah. Okay. Any other question someone has? Anything else that they want to ask? Also, just adding one more thing here. So apart from the platform, guys, we also have a dedicated community space. So the Apna Community is the one that's making these events possible, so that you can connect with people and you can network and gain knowledge from all over. So whatever is your niche, whatever is an interest, we have one community space for there. So like Abhishek, right? You wanted to know which roles would fit ideally for you as a the course that you did, right? So you can join a dedicated community for graphic designers on the platform. You can ask there. I'm sure you'll find some people who can help you out. I'll be sharing the links to these communities on the chat here. You can definitely refer to these. Mrs. So should I link your LinkedIn account here as well so that people can maybe connect with you?
100%. And
Sure.
so, Mr. Deepan,
Yeah.
there is something that I can help your Apna with. I can probably talk to the authority of the Board of Apprenticeship and Training. Okay, we will see that if you have beneficiaries who are looking at if there are candidates looking at an apprenticeship, let them also get tied up with you. Let them open different industries. They can give you different industries so that your candidates can get deployed.
Definitely sounds good. So I'll get your contact details from Miss Soumya because I don't have that directly. So we can definitely set up a call and take this forward and see how it goes.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll do that. In the meantime, I'm just sharing the link to your LinkedIn so that if in case people here in the call want to connect with you, they can do that and address any more queries outside the session. And I'll also be linking the community space here that you can get in touch with in case someone wants to network with people or like-minded people and understand and address their queries regarding employability and what roles fit them best. You can definitely try it out. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Is there any other question that anyone else wants to ask? Any other doubts that they have? Please feel free to unmute yourself and go ahead. कोई भी सवाल किसी और को पूछना है आप अनम्यूट करके पूछ सकते हैं हाँ अमन आपका क्वेश्चन था हाँ बताइए प्लीज
सर इसमें रजिस्टर करने के लिए आपका डीबीटी पहले से चालू होना चाहिए या नहीं?
Does he say?
डीबीटी डायरेक्ट बैंक ट्रांसफर
DBT registration is totally the establishment scope. You don't worry about it. It's just that your Aadhaar has to be seeded. So you have to go to an Aadhaar center where there is something known as Aadhaar seeding. Okay. Post that you will be eligible for DBT transfers. Simple. So the industry will guide you on that.
Okay, sir.
So Venkat,
Thank you.
also just one more question. So is it possible for you to share maybe a few companies which will be an ideal, scope for applying? Like some people who have active NATS programs where they hire a lot of people.
Tell me 5 famous companies that you know.
5 famous companies. Okay. The big ones are, I'll say Britannia, Nestle, I'll say HCL, what else? Tata, what else?
Come on,
Mahindra.
Deepan, 5.
Yeah, Mahindra. Yeah.
So all these 5 are registered under apprenticeship. All
Okay.
these 5 companies are deploying candidates. You can apply
Okay.
in all the 5 companies. What I'm trying to tell you is all the major companies that you're seeing nationally, they are under, they have registered under this, and nearly more than 47 lakh candidates are being skilled under this. Okay.
Got it.
And it's only that small MSMEs, maybe any companies with the size of 500 or 200 or whatever, they might have not got engaged into this. Okay.
Understood.
And by the way, if out of all these people who are in this particular call, if you are looking at a self-employable opportunity by aggregating companies to perform this particular scheme and so that they can monetize, please feel free to do it. If you have any queries on that, please let me know. If you have also industries, we can help those industries to do this particular scheme. Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah, I think that's about it. Is there any other question from anyone else that they want to clarify? Otherwise, we'll move towards the conclusion of the session. No, I think that was all the questions that we had. Ms. Soumya, I think it'll be best if you take this forward and go ahead with the vote of thanks for this.
And before that, I want to thank, right?
Sure, definitely, yeah.
I want to thank the Apna Forum. I want to thank Mr. Deepan, who's trying wonderfully. You're trying to help me out over here. Thanks a lot. And a very big thank you to Soumya, because Ms. Soumya, out of I really had no idea about this. She just called me and told about this. So I thought this is the first time me engaging with candidates on this live session. Otherwise, we basically interact only with the industries. So it was a new experience for me to understand your questions. So on all the questions and queries all these candidates have done, don't worry, it's taken extremely serious. You take my LinkedIn profile, try to post what are employabilities or apprenticeship initiative, apprenticeship opportunities you require. I'll go out of my way and try to help you candidates to get deployed. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be really, really helpful. Yeah. Yeah.
Over to Soumya.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I think she might not be available, so I'll take the occasion to do it. Soumya, are you there on the call? No, I think I'll take this forward then. So firstly, a huge thank you to Mr. Venkat to join, to give your precious time here. It was lovely having you here, and I see a lot of people who had their questions and were able to get answers from. I think this is a new avenue for a lot of people. It's not something that a lot of people know. So this is definitely a lot of value add. People got to know in case they were struggling with their employability, another option that's always there. So thank you so much for taking your time and giving us this valuable information. Yeah, and a big thank you for everyone here who joined the call, addressed all their questions addressed, and made this very successful event. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend, and yeah, good night to everyone. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.